This is episode number 14. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for playing a little bit of nerd trivia. We got 4 different categories, 20 questions. Hey, let's get it going. Round 1 is on literature, and this time we are talking about fictional books. Number 1. What words are inscribed on the cover of the fictional Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Number 2. What fictional grimoire was supposedly written by the mad Arab Abdul al-Hazred? Number 3. In Stephen King's Misery, what is the name of the main character in the romance novels written by Paul Sheldon? Number 4. At what bookstore do Harry Potter and his friends purchase most of their school books? And number 5. In The Never-Ending Story, Bastian reads a book of the same title and is asked to give a new name to the ailing, childlike empress in order to save her and her kingdom. What name does Bastian give her? Round 2 is on a category we have not had before, weapons. Number 6. What planet did the Death Star destroy in Star Wars? Number 7. In Arthurian legend, who gives Excalibur to King Arthur? Number 8. What is the name of Bilbo's sword in The Hobbit? Number 9. In a poem by Lewis Carroll, what creature does a young boy slay with his vorpal sword? And number 10. In Dr. Strangelove, what 2-word message is handwritten on the atomic bomb that Major Kong rides to the ground at the end of the film? Round 3, we're going to continue with weapons, this time movie weapons. For each of the next 5 questions, I'm going to show you a weapon that is featured in a film, and I want you to name the film. Number 11. Number 12. Number 13. Number 14. And then number 15. Round 4 is on famous voices. I'm going to play you the audio of a famous person, and I want you to name that person. And as a grouping theme, these guys are all born in the month of January, as was I. I just had a birthday last week. I turned 40. Oh boy, 2 more years and I'll be officially old. Anyway, name the famous voices that are speaking. Number 16.
Imaginary time. People think it's something you have in dreams, or when you're up against a deadline. But it's a well-defined concept. Imaginary time is like another direction in space. It's the one bit of my work science fiction writers haven't used, because they don't understand it.
Number 17.
A robot must obey orders given it by qualified personnel, unless those orders violate rule number 1. In other words, a robot can't be ordered to kill a human being. Rule number 3, a robot must protect its own existence. After all, it's an expensive piece of equipment. Unless that violates rules 1 or 2. A robot must cheerfully go into self-destruction if it is in order to follow an order or to save a human life.
Number 18.
George had hired David Prowse, but he said he wanted a so-called darker voice, and not in terms of ethnic, but in terms of timbre. And the rumor is that he thought of Orson Welles, and then probably thought that Orson might be too recognizable. So what he ends up is picking a voice that was born in Mississippi, raised in Michigan, and was a stutterer. And that happened to be my voice.
Number 19.
Okay, here's what you do. You watch Star Wars and Empire. When Empire ends, it's that cliffhanger. You just found out Darth is his dad. Oh, I hope we didn't spoil that. That's then you watch Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Now what you and you do not watch Episode 1. That just doesn't exist. Don't pretend it doesn't exist. Then you watch Episode 2, where you see Darth Vader as a teenager, basically going through Luke's whole thing. Except whereas Luke is trying to become good, he falls into evil. So you watch Episode 2 and 3. At the end of 3, he's become Darth Vader. Then you watch Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, when Luke then redeems him and rescues his dad. And it becomes this amazing emotional journey. It's called The Machete Order. I didn't make it up. It's online. Look it up. It's been scientifically tested.
And number 20.
Mr. McGee, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
All right, pencils down. Let's see how you did. We're going to go over the answers. Round 1, fictional books. What words are on the cover of the Hitchhiker's Guide? We all know that, don't we? Don't panic. Good advice anytime. Number 2, the book that was written by the Mad Arab, that is the Necronomicon. Yes, it's not a real book. Don't listen to people who tell you that it is. It's not real. It was made up. Number 3, in Stephen King's Misery, he has a character named Paul Sheldon who writes about a character named Misery. I'll give you the point for that. Her full name is Misery Chastain. Number 4, where do Harry Potter and his friends buy their school books? They go to Flourish and Blots. And number 5, yes, The Neverending Story was a book before it was a movie, and in the book you can see the name that he gives to the Empress. That name is Moonchild. Round 2, weapons. What planet does the Death Star blow up so memorably? Why, that's Alderaan, of course. Number 7, who gives Excalibur to King Arthur? That would be the Lady of the Lake. Her arm, dressed in the finest shimmering samite, held the blade from the bosom of the water, signifying by divine right that he was to be king, which of course we all know is no way to establish a form of government. Some sort of farcical aquatic ceremony. Anyway. Number 8, the name of Bilbo's sword? Why, that is Sting. A very sharp sword. Very good songwriter, too. Number 9, in that poem by Lewis Carroll, the boy kills the Jabberwock. That is from the poem, of course, called the Jabberwocky. And at number 10, in Doctor Strangelove, if you look carefully, the words that are written on that atomic bomb that fall to the ground and blow everything up, those 2 words are, hi there. Round 3, movie weapons. Did you recognize the films these were taken from? Let's see. Number 11 was Men in Black. The weapon is called the Noisy Cricket. Number 12, that is the glaive from Krull. Very dangerous looking weapon. It's got to be difficult to catch. Number 13, another difficult to catch weapon. That is Oddjob's hat from Goldfinger. Yeah. Number 14, that was taken from Kill Bill Volume 1. That weapon used by Go-Go in the film is called a meteor hammer. That is awesome. And number 15, that is taken from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Beautiful sword. It's called Green Destiny. In round 4, famous voices. Did you recognize these guys? Number 16, of course, was the unmistakable voice of Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking has many things to boast about in his career, but the thing that impresses me the most, he has been on 2 Pink Floyd songs. Number 17, that was the voice of Isaac Asimov, the godfather, the grandfather, the grand poobah of science fiction himself, talking about the 3 rules of robotics. And he pronounces it robot. Notice that? Doesn't say robot, he says robot. I was right the whole time. Isaac Asimov says robot, it's official. Never saying it any other way again.
A robot must cheerfully go into self-destruction if it is in order to follow an order.
Number 18, of course, that is the golden voice of James Earl Jones, also the voice of, who's that character again? Number 19, that is the comedian and super nerd Patton Oswalt explaining the best way to watch the Star Wars films. I have to check that out someday. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really want to watch the prequels again. Even in that particular order, it does not make them palatable. Finally, we come to number 20, though. That was the voice of Bill Bixby
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
in the Incredible Hulk television series. Yeah. So, I hope you guys did well. Thanks for stopping and listening all the way through. Go check out some of the others that I've got here on the channel. It's Nerd Quiz. And hope you keep coming back. We'll see you next time with some fun challenges. And we'll get that Nerd Ramble up pretty soon. I'm working on it. We had some computer problems for a while. Production just completely shut down. Wasn't able to do anything for a good long while. But hey, we're back now. We're going strong. Keep coming back. Hope to see you again for some more Nerd Quiz. Bye-bye.